Coach Lambert, it's been a long time since we last talked. Great to see you. Before we get into football, tell us what you've been up to in this offseason.
Well, just recruiting. We got through that period, got through signing day, signed our class, got them all in the fold, and then, really hit our off-season program. We've been doing that hard, getting the guys ready. You try to take that 8 weeks and get ready for spring practice. I call that phase one, where you're getting the guys ready, and then spring ball is phase two, and that's what we're in the middle of now. So it's really concentrated on the schemes and X and O of football, but that's basically what we've been up to, and just try to spend a little time with the family once we get off the road. It's such a busy time when the season ends, and then you're on the road, so try to spend a little time with them. But it's been good.
Now, you mentioned the signing period. You got to be pretty excited with some of the kids that you're able to bring here in next year. Just talk a little bit about the signing classes. We didn't get a chance to visit you after that.
Yeah, just real pleased with it. We had to add some depth at a tight end and O-line, so we did that. We took quite a few guys in those positions because we lost a lot of those guys. And we had to add some depth at linebackers, so we took a couple linebackers, took a couple secondary players. Just the general, like, where we had to add because we lost our first class. So this is a big class for us. It's a critical class. Took some junior college players in there, a tight end, some offensive linemen. So hopefully we've added depth in the right places. It's been a little thin this spring until we get those guys here in the summer.
Now, you mentioned that first senior class. A rumor around Charlotte is that Coach Lambert was a little lost day one of spring practice without those guys out there running things for him. What's it like, the transition now from that class to this current senior class?
Yeah, it's been tough. Those guys have been with us since day one. And since I got here, they've been here. So it's been a little bit difficult, just a lot different without them. But with 2017, the calendar turns. You have a new team, and this is our new team. And so I'm enjoying these guys. We got a lot of athletic guys out here. I think we've done a better job recruiting each year we've been here. So I'm excited about this group and see what the 2017 team can do when we get on the field in the fall.
One of your dynamic players from a year ago, Hassan Klou, your quarterback, having him back now, having a year under his belt, having a quarterback kind of entrenched where you know that you can trust him and put him out there. Does that excite you to be able to expand the offense with a player with his dynamic playmaking skills?
That's huge for us, having that guy back, because last year they were live at this period. We made them all live because we were trying to find a quarterback. So having Hassan back, and now just really trying to refine his game, using his ability to run, not only to run, but to put him in a position to throw the ball. And so it's been a lot of fun to watch him progress. He may be, if he's not, he's close to the hardest working player we have on our team. So that's been fun as well. When your quarterback's your hardest working guy, that goes a long way for you from a leadership standpoint. He's done a nice job this spring.
As far as surprises, is there anything that has stood out for you this spring? I mean, I know some jobs you pretty much know who's going to get them. Other jobs are open. What has surprised you with the spring so far?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us this spring is our D-line. The young guys coming along. Austin Parazen's had a good spring. That's really helped us. We're going to have some young guys. We got a couple guys out, but Zach Duncan's got he's had a really good spring. He's going to be a redshirt junior. He needs to play well for us. Johnny Ray's another young guy that's having a really good spring. So that position needs to play well for us because we lost Larry and Brandon off of last year's team, lost a lot of production. So that crew's done a nice job this spring. I've been really proud of them, how hard they're working. And so we got to continue to build that group. But that's probably the group that's jumped out at me the most.
You mentioned Larry. He's getting ready for 2 weeks to get paid for Sundays. You've mentioned how proud you are of him, what he stood for this program, and how he's getting himself, some pretty good credentials for the NFL draft. Just talk about him and what he meant to your program. He's been one of your key cornerstones here.
Yeah, he really has. He's been huge for us, and he's handling himself now exactly like he's handled himself through the whole process. He's just grinding, working hard through the whole thing, and he's stayed around here. He's out here today. He's been at a lot of practices. He's been around the guys. We need him to stay involved in our program as we do all those guys that just left us. But Larry's doing a great job, and it was fun to go to the Combine and watch him work and watch him be in a group with guys from Alabama and Washington and USC and understand that, hey, this guy's pretty good. He fits right in with these guys. So that was a lot of fun to watch him do that, and we're excited about the draft coming up and see where he goes.
Last one, Coach. I know you like to give Kavakis life advice whenever you end our interviews. Man's busy now, working minor league baseball. We started a business, doing radio. I mean, you are the master of multitasking. Give Kavakis a little bit of advice on how to be a multitasker.
Oh, Lord, make sure she's happy at home. You know, that's all. That's the whole key, man. You got to make sure they're happy at home because it does wind up on you, man. You can look up and be doing something all the time.